vast new realities. Follow me and ponder the question, what if?
So I didn't get a chance to review last week's episode of What If, but it was actually my favourite episode yet. I thought that the way that they weaved all the various Avengers stories together, brought things like the Incredible Hulk back, and then even weaving it in with Yellow Jacket and Ant-Man the Wasp and all of that was really, really, really well done. And I thought that while the first episodes were good, this was the one that I really, really, really loved. Well, surprisingly enough, Episode 4 is actually even better again. I think that What If is the one Marvel show that really is getting better with each episode. With the other Marvel shows, it kind of was like where they'd peak around the middle-ish, I felt. Whereas here, this really is a case of the show feels like it's getting better and better every week. But really quickly, before going further into this review, I just want to ask if you can subscribe if you're not already. I make DC and Marvel videos every single week, so new subscribers really do help to keep up the motivation to make new videos. But yeah, this episode was focused on Doctor Strange and basically what would have happened if Christine Palmer died instead of him losing the use of his hands. So the episode was called What If Doctor Strange Lost the Use of His Heart Instead of His Hands, I believe, which kind of implying that Christine Palmer is his heart. And that was kind of interesting enough. I expected other MCU characters to be popping up after like the first 15 minutes of this episode, but surprisingly enough, there were no other MCU characters that were not Doctor Strange related characters. Like, we didn't see any of the Avengers pop up, we didn't see Nick Fury or Clint Barton pop up, we didn't really see any characters from other parts of the MCU, which this is the first episode to do that. This is also the first episode so far to not end on a huge cliffhanger, and to kind of imply that mostly this episode is very much wrapped up and a one and done. Like, it doesn't seem that this episode is going to be one that will be continuing. Now, if it does continue, I'm not going to complain, because this version of Doctor Strange, or the evil Doctor Strange, would make a great villain for a Doctor Strange 3 or for a future MCU film. I think that seeing this Doctor Strange in live action would be very, very, very interesting. But I was really happy that this was very much a wrapped up, kind of one and done episode. The first episode not to end with a big, Avengers sort of cliffhanger thing, or I guess an Ego sort of thing. Like, episode 1 ended with Nick Fury and Clint Barton popping up, episode 2 ended with Ego and Peter Quill, and episode 3 ended with Nick Fury putting together essentially a new Avengers initiative, whereas this is straight up Doctor Strange, evil Doctor Strange, has destroyed the universe. He's stuck like this now. He's stuck in this kind of lonely place he's going to be for the rest of his life. This is also the first episode where the Watcher came into play into the plot. Like, the Watcher is at the end of the episode and Doctor Strange's like, please, you gotta help me fix this. You gotta help me fix this somehow. Just punish me. Don't punish her. Don't punish everybody else. You gotta fix this. And Watcher's like, nope, I'm not gonna do that. I'm a Watcher. I don't gotta listen to your shit. I'm gonna peace out. And that was really, really, really interesting. I did not expect the Watcher to come into play at all either. So that was really well done. Plus, the soundtrack in this episode was amazing. It was such an emotional and dark episode. Like, this might be one of the darkest things the MCU has done in a while. I think, I don't even know if you can call it dark, but it reminds me of, like, I guess, the end of Falcon and the Winter Soldier episode 4, where we get the reveal that John Walker has killed somebody with Captain America's shield. Now it's covered in blood. Now, I don't mean that it's, like, similar to that, but I mean, tone-wise, I'm getting the same feeling of wow, what a way to end this. What a dark, twisted, and scary almost way to end this. So, that reason alone, this episode is going to be memorable. This might be the most memorable episode of the whole show. We'll have to see how the rest of this season plays out, but I was really impressed with this one. Like, when Evil Strange was absorbing all of the monsters as well, there's a few there that I was like, I wonder if that is something. Like, the big tentacle monster, I was wondering if that's the Kraken from Hydra at episode 1 that Red Skull was trying to bring in. It would be interesting if it was. The red dragon he was looking at kind of reminded me of Shao Lao from Iron Fist. Probably not. I think it would be weird if this is where we get an Iron Fist reference of all places, but if it is, it looked like it to me anyway. One thing that was interesting as well is that we found out that Doctor Strange, or the evil Doctor Strange, was kind of frozen for centuries. Does that mean that Thanos in that universe just could not find Doctor Strange? Like, he could not wipe half of existence because he couldn't find Strange, he couldn't get the Time Stone? Which that'd be really interesting if he couldn't complete his plan because he just could not find the final stone. Like, obviously it was still on Earth somewhere, maybe in a different reality or something, but to me it seemed like they were implying that Thanos just could not find Doctor Strange and therefore just could not really, complete his mission. They also got pretty much all the voice actors from all the actors, I guess, from the Doctor Strange movie back. Like, really the only person missing was Mordo, I guess, which By the way, Mordo, that's a plotline that's been hanging over our heads for coming on 5 years now, going on 6 years when the second movie comes out, which is really interesting that that's like a plotline that still has yet to be wrapped up. But yeah, this episode was really, really, really great. I really enjoyed it. I thought they handled it very, very, very well. I thought that they did a great job of making it kind of emotional, dark, and just all around, it was a very different episode to what we've gotten so far. Like, each of the episodes so far have ended on a pretty much a hopeful note. Like, episode 2 sure had that cliffhanger ending, but the whole Black Panther thing with T'Challa kind of revisiting Wakanda and also Thanos being a good guy now was kind of hopeful. Captain Carter coming out in front of Nick Fury and Clint Barton was hopeful, and then Nick Fury and Carol Danvers kind of putting together a new Avengers was also hopeful, whereas this is the first episode to end on a very much a, wow, that's really dark, that's really depressing sort of note. And yeah, I'm really interested to see if they do continue this, but if they don't, I think that this was a very, very, very good standalone episode for What If, a very, very good standalone episode for the MCU. Really impressed it, loved it. But how did you feel about it? Did you like the episode? Did you hate the episode? And if you enjoyed this video, please remember to like, share, subscribe, and all of that. And I hope you have a great day.